Welcome to today's lesson on the Employee Information Data Entry form. This form is different from the one I showed in my previous overview lesson, as it features a list box and buttons designed to streamline your work. Just to clarify, while I've named the worksheet database, it's supposed to be employee data. Be sure to check out the links in the video description below for my lessons on other types of buttons in worksheets. For now, let's dive in and see how to effectively use these buttons on this Excel user form. Now, this is the form we see when we click the Launch button. As you can see, it has a few rows in the list box so far. I have also included option buttons for gender distribution. You just have to select any option of your choice. For the employee ID, let's enter GH. For the employee name, let's enter Nat and select male. For the employee contact, enter numerical values only. For the department, I have provided a drop-down list with several categories. You can select one of your choice. Additionally, you can capture information about the employee's city and the country where he or she is living. Capturing employee information in the workplace offers numerous advantages, including improved communication among staff, enhanced record keeping for accurate and organized data, and the ability to make data-driven decisions by analyzing workforce trends. It also ensures compliance with legal and regulatory requirements while facilitating personalized development through tailored training programs that meet individual employee needs. Now, I have included these buttons to enhance our data analysis process. Utilizing buttons simplifies user interactions, allowing for quick access to essential functions and streamlined workflows. They improve efficiency by enabling users to execute commands with a single click, reduce errors in data entry, and enhance user experience by providing intuitive navigation through complex datasets. Now, let's start with the Save button. Just click it, and you will be asked if you want to save the data in the text boxes. Click Yes, and immediately, you will see a new row added to the list database. If you check, our worksheet has also added another row. Notice that we did not enter the date and time in the text boxes, but automatically, when you save, the date and time will be added, showing when you submitted the data in the table. To edit, keep your row highlighted and then click the Edit button. Immediately, your row data will be displayed in their respective text boxes, and a notification will appear asking you to make adjustments. When you're done, you should save again. This editing will save the row data in its previous location, but using the search function is quite different, as you will see. Now, let's test the search button. To use this, we should only enter item names in the employee ID column to retrieve data for that specific row. Once you have entered the ID, click the search button, and all the data for this employee will be displayed in their respective text boxes. Next, let's change the employee ID to GH17. When you're done, click Save again. As you can see in our list database, a new row 6 has been added, but the previous row we edited remains unchanged. To delete a row, you have to highlight it. Note that you can't delete multiple rows at once, you can only do it one by one. If you delete a row by mistake, you might not be able to recover it. So, always, make sure to verify that it's the row you want to delete. This is why I designed it to delete one row at a time to avoid such mistakes. Highlight row 5 and click Delete. It will be removed from the worksheet and the list database. The Reset button is there to clear any items in all the text boxes, but it will exclude the search text box. Click on row 4 data, then click on Edit to retrieve the data. This row has only a few data points, showing that you won't be forced to enter all employee information. Sometimes, an employee might not provide full information, so it allows you to skip some details and edit later when you have the complete information. Now, let's click Reset. It will ask if you want to reset the form. Just click Yes, and all the text boxes will be cleared. Remember, we have a list of departments here, and you need to edit them in the macro if you want to change or add any departments. However, if you type anything in this drop-down list or use the search box to display a department and then click the reset button, that information will not be cleared. You will have to delete it manually. Now, let's close this form and make some changes in the worksheet table to see if it affects the form. First, let's populate the table with many rows. Highlight row 6 and use the plus icon to drag the last row with information down to the 100th row of the sheet, then release. Now, we can say our table has 100 rows filled with employee data. If we click the Launch Form button, our form will now display all the rows and has a vertical scroll bar. To view all the rows, we will need to use this scroll bar to navigate through the list database. Let's go to the last row and click on it, then click Edit. Now, let's make a noticeable change. We can change the country name from Zimbabwe to the USA. You will be asked if you want to save. Click Yes, and then close this form. Let's scroll to the bottom of this table to see if it can handle changes in this large table or if it only works well with smaller tables. As you can see, it performs well without any difficulties. However, remember that we deleted row 5, which is why it is not included. Now, before we see other functionalities, let's discuss the advantages of using this form. It offers a user-friendly interface that simplifies data entry and management, enhancing efficiency with quick access buttons. The structured input fields help minimize mistakes and ensure data organization for easy access. Additionally, it is scalable, accommodating growing datasets without losing performance. The form provides real-time updates, reflecting changes immediately across all linked components, and allows for customization to meet specific needs. Now, if you click the search button, this error message will pop up, saying no records found. Just click OK to close this message. Now, let's try entering something we know is not in the table. If you click search again, the same message will display, indicating that the item wasn't found. So, this is how to use this form effectively. If you want to learn more about other templates with similar buttons, please check out my tutorials, where you'll discover unique ways to use Excel to capture data. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is just the beginning of this channel, and there's much more to come. Thank you for watching. If you want to collaborate or need a template, please feel free to reach out. I have included the contact details in the channel description.